Leading off for your Bear Creek Gremlins, left fielder number 16, Matthew Waugh. On deck, Jerome Remeke. In the hole, Ben Anoka.
Good evening, ISC fastball fans, and welcome back to JDT First Energy Veterans Memorial Fields. We are going to fly right into the park, and we're going to fly over to Field 2 to bring you winner's bracket action between the Bear Creek Gremlins and the Sandlot Merchants. The Gremlins from right here, Chippewa of the Thames in southwestern Ontario. Sandlot Merchants from Stevens, Pennsylvania. Here is the batting lineup for the Gremlins. Matthew Waugh, Jerome Remeke right at the top of the order. This guy's doing so much damage. Ben Anoka, Eric Ochoa, Cole Evans, and talk about doing damage. Zenon Winters, 7 RBIs for the Gremlins 2 days ago. Abiardo Penuelas into the lineup. Ladislaw Mallerzuk, Nick Mullins back behind the plate. Defensively for Sandlot, Julian Fernandez, Juan Vala, Andre Hoover, left to right. In the outfield, Ryan Sheffer, Ryan Nolt, Elias Gaiman, and Dustin Houts. On the infield, Eric Chaparro back on the board, Kyle O'Shell back behind the plate for the team in white. The team here in the booth, Blair Sedford and Randy McLam, our umpire-in-chief for the ISC, who's discovered a late-in-life passion for broadcasting. Randy, welcome back to the booth. Third time here this week. If I'd have known you loved to do this, I would have had you up here 5 years ago.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Matthew Waugh leading off for the Gremlins. They have been pounding out hits at an absolutely tremendous rate here this week. In for a strike. That might have been the only strike that Matthew Waugh's taken here all week. And I say that a little bit in jest, but Matthew, a very good eye at the plate, very disciplined.
Yes, and that's why he's the leadoff for the Gremlins. Fast, quick bat, good eyes.
Little change up, and he flares this one out to short center. Coming on to make the grab is Juan Vala. You may have heard Matthew, oh no, as he left the box. Got caught out in front on the changeup. A good pitch from Eric Chaparro.
Now batting, third baseman number 6, Jerome Remeke.
Jerome
On deck,
Remeke
Ben
to
Anoka.
the plate. Jerome has just been on a tear for the Gremlins this week. One of the biggest differences, we've talked about this, Randy, through the course of the week, even in the pregame show on Outside the Chute, or the prediction show, if you will. He's healthy this year. The last 2 years did not appear for the Gremlins.
Yes, I think he's finally got his health back 100%, and he's playing like it.
Goes up after one in the eyes, and a little toss from Elias Gaiman, and very quickly, 2 down, and that will get us to Ben Anoka.
Now batting center fielder
That's a
number
really good
89,
start for
Ben
Sandlot so
Anoka.
far.
On deck, Eric
Sandlot's
Ochoa.
what this was built on. It's mostly a local league guys. They picked up a couple pitchers, and these guys are scrappy. And they're not scared of the giant.
No, they are not. They have played the Gremlins 3 times this year, twice actually at the Chiefs Challenge in Simcoe at the end of June, and then in late July at the Ashland Invitational. We'll get into those details a little bit later, but here's Ben Anoka. Ben, a 2-time MVP in the World Tournament. I've lost track of the number of championships that Ben has won. I think he had 3 with Jarvis. He's got 1 with Toronto, so that's 4. And he's got 3, I believe. Is it 3 with the Gremlins?
Yes, I believe so.
18, 19, and 23. So that's 7 ISC World Tournament Championships for Ben Anoka.
And that's not counting the ISF and WBSC championships he's won with his home country, New Zealand.
Yeah, they've picked up a couple there as well. I believe he would have been with the 13 team and
Yes.
the 17 team. Long look in from Eric Chaparro, hard-throwing right-hander from Venezuela. And Randy, you talk about local guys. You pick up a pitcher or two maybe, and you can start to travel a little bit, see some better teams, pick up your game. This team plays in the Stevens League in Stevens, Pennsylvania. It's over towards the East Coast. It's not right on the coast, but there's ball 4 to Ben Anoka, so it won't be a 3-up, 3-down inning.
And they have some other players that aren't
Now
here
batting
that typically
first
play with
baseman
them that
number
are
8,
very
Eric
good.
Ochoa on deck.
But
Cole
just
Levin.
because of work commitments and stuff, can't make it.
Yeah. They've won a couple of tournaments this year. The Rodney Fox tournament in May in their neck of the woods that they put on as a fundraiser for the Rodney Fox group. And they won the Osable Forks tournament, and I believe they won a tournament in Elkland earlier this year as well.
Beautiful place to go to.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier this morning, you and I, in the boardroom. That's one of the visits that you've got to make here if you are a fast pitch fan and you're in the eastern part of Canada or the U.S. Make the drive down to Elkland, Pennsylvania. Change up in for a strike to Eric Ochoa, who's got to be said, Randy. Some strong shoe game here, some colorful equipment with Eric Ochoa.
Joey's definitely showing off the bright colors tonight.
You know, if the lights don't come on tonight, we should be okay with the reflection off of Eric Ochoa. Cut comes up empty, but O'Shell will pick that up and throw out Ochoa. So that 2-out walk comes for naught. We'll go to the home half with the Sandlot Merchants coming to the plate. A real good
No
quick
runs,
inning
no hits,
for
no
Eric
errors.
Chaparro and the Sandlot.
Leading off to the Sandlot Merchants, right fielder number 11, Andre Hoover. On deck, Zachary Shirk. In the hole, Ryan Shepard.
A dream catcher, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say, as long as our people have a need, dream catcher.
Joey's bright colors reminds me of some of the stuff I used to wear when I snow skied.
So they don't lose you in the snow. Here's the lineup for the Sandlot squad. Andre Hoover, 500 through the tournament here. Zach Shirk, Ryan Sheffer, Kyle O'Shell doing a great job behind the plate, but looking to get untracked a little bit further. Juan Vala, he's moved down in the order. Dustin Houts, Julian Fernandez, Elias Gaiman, and then the 9 spot, it's Ryan Knoll. Defensively for the Gremlins, it's what you think it would be. Matthew Waugh, Ben Anoka, Abiardo Penuelas, who seems to have found a home in right field. Jerome Remeke, Cole Evans, Ladislaw Mallerzook, and Eric Ochoa around the horn. Nick Mullins back in behind the plate tonight. Jack Bestgrove on the board. Jack Bestgrove has yet to give up a hit. Now there's an asterisk beside that because he's actually only pitched 5 innings. That's how ruthless the Gremlins have been. They've played 2 3-inning games here, Randy. They have been piling up the runs. 17 in the first, 12 in the second.
There's not been very many that's even got a bat on the ball, much less gotten a hit off of it.
No, he struck out all 9 that he faced against the East Hants Mastodons a couple of nights back. And zips in a strike here to Andre Hoover. Mentioned that they've played 3 times this year. The Gremlins winners all 3 times. All of them have gone the full 7, gone the distance. 5-0 in a round-robin game. Kuba Osichka pitched in that one solo. Hoover chases the rise ball. That one's up over the helmet, never mind up over the eyes. And he's going to take a walk and try and reset. Andre Hoover, a better hitter than that.
And Andre's one of those guys. He's played in the league. He's lost a little bit of weight. He's really gotten very athletic looking, even more so than he was before, and still maintaining that power. So he's been a great guy for the Sandlot.
Well, he hit one out of here the other day that until Frank Kimlinger, I think had been the longest home run, at least by the flight scope measurement. It chases another rise ball a little higher and a little harder from Jack Bestgrove, and he sits down Andre Hoover. And if you want to count from game to game, that's 10 straight strikeouts for
on
Jack
deck,
Bestgrove.
Ryan Shepard.
Well, once Jack threw him that first rise and he went after it, I knew another one was coming.
Yeah, and so did a third. Zach Shirk, the designated player for Sandlot. He's moved up to 2 in the order from 6. On our broadcast the other day, when they beat Midland, Zach hit the ball hard twice, but lined out both times. And in for a strike on the outside corner. Sandlot were 5-3 winners over the Toronto U23 Batmen all the way back on Saturday. And then on Monday beat the Midland Explorers 3-0. Bestgrove shakes 2. And in with strike 3 on the outside corner. So 1 swinging and 1 looking.
Now batting the third baseman, number 22, Ryan Shepard.
He's got the black
On
glove,
deck,
he's got
Kyle
the black sleeve
O'Shell.
on the arm, all black uniform.
Randy, here's our power pitching that we came into the tournament. Jack Bestgrove at number 1, Marco Diaz at number 2. Both of those guys have yet to give up a hit in the tournament.
And it's really a toss-up. I mean, 1-2, 2-1. They're both excellent pitchers.
Outstanding. And you are absolutely right. You could flip that, and you could have no argument the other way, too.
And the good thing about it, both of these guys are very young. They're the future of our game.
Oh, they're the present and the future, 100%. Jack Bestgrove pitched in the U23 World Cup this year for the 2nd time. Marco Diaz was eligible to pitch in, and unfortunately the U.S. didn't qualify. Bestgrove misses there to Ryan Sheffer. Ryan 1 for 4 in the Midland game. Ryan also walked and scored Had a sack fly RBI in that 5-3 win over the U23 Batmen, but chases the rise ball here. Bestgrove strikes out the side again here this week.
No runs, no hits, no errors.
That rise ball is so
One
deceptive
complete
coming in.
inning.
Yeah, it's
Bear
jumping
Creek
right
Gremlins
now, and
0,
he's throwing it at
Sandlot
83,
versus 0.
84 miles an hour. Normally the rise ball, the slower of the two pitches between the rise and the drop, but look at the elevation on that, 84 miles per hour. Jack Bestgrove has got it going on, but we're scoreless through one complete. A moral victory, at least for the Sandlot,
Leading
because
off for
normally the
Bear Creek
Gremlins are out
Gremlins.
by 7 or 8.
Shortstop,
at
number
this point.
34, Cole Evans.
How
On deck,
confident are you
Zen and
in
Winners
your
in the hole.
organization's security posture? If your
Abelardo,
answer isn't
Tanuelo.
100%, you're not alone. Most organizations aren't doing enough to protect their data, and they know it. With Armitage technology, you can stop worrying about IT security issues so you can focus on moving your business forward. Our experienced staff monitor and maintain your IT infrastructure to keep your business running. Visit us at armitagetech.com and make your technology work for your business.
Cole Evans will lead it off, and then Zenon Winters and Abiardo Penuelas. 5-6-7 for the Bear Creek Gremlins. 80 miles an hour there from Eric Chaparro. Two hard throwers. One righty, one a lefty. Eric Chaparro was on that power pitching list. He was number 10 on the list coming into the tournament. And I mean, these are conversation starters, folks. It's not enough. It's not like somebody said, you know, here's all the number of points, and it's entirely scientific. It's a conversation starter.
And we're missing a few that would be on that list. We got Devin McCullough.
Devin is hurt, and he's not had a great season, to be honest, and had to be replaced coming into the tournament with Luis Colombo, who's very effective, it should be noted. Pammy Mazalukwa with JDT was on the list, and Pammy's had a good year, but he's run into a couple of difficulties with JDT as they dropped an early decision to the Fargo Kegel Black Knights, as down goes Cole Evans looking. That doesn't happen often.
Now batting designated player number 3, Zenon Winters. On deck, Abelardo Tanuelo.
And some other guys who are not here as well.
Sean Clary, is he still playing?
Sean, I think, is maybe still playing in the St. John's League back at home in Newfoundland and Labrador, but I'm told that may have been it. We may have seen everything we're going to see from Sean Cleary at the ISC level. If that's the case, then we'll be calling Sean in about 3 years' time to come to wherever the ISC World Tournament is and join us on a Sunday morning for breakfast. Sean will have to make a speech.
And speaking of that, I don't know if I'm the first on broadcast, but let me be one of the first, if not the first, to congratulate Blair on his
Thank you, sir.
announcement
Thank you.
of being coming into the Hall of Fame next year.
Thank you for that. I
And that'll be
appreciate
in
that.
Saskatoon.
Saskatoon next year for the 2027 ISC World Tournament. It's been since 1988, if I remember correctly, since we've been in Saskatoon. Zenon Winters swings and misses. That's 3 straight for Eric Chaparro here. The last out of the first, and the 2 here in the top
Now
of the
batting
second
right
as he
fielder
gets
number
Evans and
19,
Winters, and will
Abelardo
now face
Penuelas.
Abiardo
On
Penuelas.
deck, Ladislav Malarchuk.
Penuelas played with Mexico in those Central America Caribbean games. Mexico claiming the bronze medal.
And I can confirm it was 1987, last time we were in Saskatoon.
87?
87.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I've always thought it was 88, but 87. It's been a long time. Of course, they've got that wonderful stadium, Bob Van Imp Stadium. Penuelas lifts this one way up in the air. Ryan Nolt about 12 steps out onto the grass, goes and gets that one. A 3-up, 3-down inning for Eric Chaparro. Boy, he looks good through 2
No
here,
run,
Randy.
no hit,
We
no
could be
error.
in for another real good one. We saw a great one last night with Hill United and JB. Hopefully we got another one here.
Do you need a reliable supply of products to run your business? Are you tired of having to deal with multiple suppliers to get everything you need? Absolute Business Supply is your dedicated, full-service business supply partner offering over 400,000 products and unmatched customer service. At ABS, we aren't just selling products. We offer a commitment to building meaningful relationships with our customers, getting to know your business goals so we can provide the best possible solutions for your
Clean
needs.
it out for the Sandlot Merchants.
Find us on the web
The
at
catcher, number 18, Kyle O'Shell. On deck,
and let us
Juan
get
Vala.
it for you.
In the hole, Dustin Hout.
Vala hasn't come close to anything yet. He's been 4-5-6 for the Sandlot Merchants. Kyle O'Shell, Juan Vala, Dustin Houtz. Can anybody get a bat on a ball against Jack Besgrove here?
I mean, you got to score runs to win, but with the Gremlins, you also got to keep them from scoring. And so far, they've done that.
Yeah, at this point, the Gremlins are usually out by 12. There's a high hopper. Remeke fires across the diamond for the first pitch, or the first out of the inning on the first pitch. I was about to say that
Now that into
O'Shell's
the
got a
Merchants,
great eye at the
center
plate.
fielder
He's
number
walked
13, Juan
3
Vala.
or 4 times already this
On
week,
deck,
but
Dustin Hout.
goes after the first one here. Breaks the strikeout string at least. Vala has scuffled a bit here this week. Was 0 for 4 against Midland. Did double and score in the game against the U23 Batman. This is winner's bracket action, so the loser will just drop into the loser bracket round. They're not eliminated if they lose here tonight. We're slowly whittling our way down to the final 4. We know the Hill United Chiefs are there. We know the Northeast Drillers are there. They'll face each other tomorrow night. Swing and a miss. Down goes Vala. The rise ball right now, Randy, is just ruthless from
Now
Jack
batting,
Besgrove.
first baseman number
He's got it
20,
working, that's
Dustin
for sure.
Hout. On deck, Julian Fernandez.
And what we've not seen yet from him tonight is the changeup.
No, we have
And
not.
but he's not needed it. With that rise ball, he's getting him swing.
Yeah, and that's a great pitch from Jack Besgrove. But to your point, if they're going to keep chasing, keep throwing. Dustin Houtz has been in the middle of the order all week for the Sandlot. Struggled in the game against Midland. Was 1 for 3 with an RBI in their opener against Toronto. Well, Steve Gallagher is just waving there. I'm not sure what's that all about, Randy?
Well, Remeke went over, had a conversation real quick, and so he was just making sure everybody was ready.
Got it. For those that don't know, Randy McLam, our umpire-in-chief here at the ISC World Tournament. And I guess if you're going to come watch the umpires and monitor your crew, there's a great spot to do it. We always say that we've got the best seat in the house. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Steve Gallagher behind the plate over at first tonight is Dave Jackson, I believe.
Yes.
And at third, Dave Harrington, an all-Ontario crew.
That was not on purpose.
That just happens. I can barely understand the quantum physics that you use to put together the schedule, but I know it's all based on numbers, and then numbers are assigned to umpires. I believe that's how you're doing it.
Yes.
Swing and a miss here. Dustin Houts is down on strikes. 5 out of 6 so far for Jack Besgrove.
No runs, no hits,
Through
no
two
errors.
complete.
That's 2 complete.
We're scoreless.
Tie
Bear
game,
Creek
0-0.
Gremlins and the Sandlot Merchants here on Softball Premier TV, the ISC Network. It's the 2026 ISC World Tournament.
Peligro Sports provides the essentials needed to give your team an edge on the field. Our brand is rooted in creating a unique experience tailored to the specific needs of your team to ensure your performance is at the best level to execute plays. At Peligro Sports, we rally behind our athletes and understand their fight to take their game to a dangerous level. Visit our store at 2200 Amsterdam Avenue in New York City or see us online at peligrosportsnyc.com. Thanks to Jose and Peligro
Leading
Sports
off
for
for
their
your
support of the
hometown Bear
broadcast
Creek
program.
Gremlins. Second baseman number 24, Ladislav Malarchuk. On deck, Nick Mullins. In the hole, Matthew Waugh.
8-9-1 for the Gremlins as we go to the top of the third inning. Ladislav Malarchuk, Nick Mullins, and then Matthew Waugh back to the top of the shop. It's become overcast again here at the JDT First Energy Veterans Memorial Fields. It's been one of those bipolar type of days. We had rain earlier this morning. On this diamond, we had about a 10-minute rain delay in the 11 o'clock game. And then it couldn't have been more than 30 minutes later. The sun was out. The field was in beautiful shape. And, you know, with the hour delay that we built, not delay, but with the hour buffer that we built into the schedule, we started this one only 10 minutes behind. And I say only because that's pretty good for the ISC World Tournament just in terms of keeping games relatively on time.
That's very good, and I like having that buffer in there because with these guys, it takes a while to get a game in, and you get a good game, it goes extra innings. Sometimes you need that buffer to catch up.
Yeah, it really does, and that's great scheduling by Rich Haldane.
Yes. So you were talking about the quantum physics of my job. So we have 21 umpires. I've got 8 rookies, what we consider rookies. They're not rookies by no means. Most of them are WBSC certified. So my goal was not to put 3 rookies together on a field at the same time. So
right.
I've got at least 1 veteran with all the rookies at all times, sometimes 2. But I don't want to throw them to the Wolves quite yet because the Wolves in here bite.
The Wolves do, but I'll tell you something, they've been pretty tame this week. Back-to-back change-ups, freezes Ladislav Malarchuk. He just could not pull the trigger on that one, and a little bit of a wry grin as
Now batting,
Ladislav comes
catcher,
off the
number
field.
3, Nick
Look,
Mullins.
he wants
On
to
deck,
go, but
Matthew
just
Waugh.
can't.
Yeah, that little grin was an acknowledgement of that was a really good pitch.
And back-to-back, too, which you're walking back to the dugout shaking your head. You've done something when you get Ladislav Malarchuk. Nick Mullins to the dish. But, Randy, just to complete that thought, the games I've watched, the games that I talked to a lot of the players, a lot of the managers, I've not heard a single cross-word about the umpiring here this week.
No, so far so good, but don't jinx us yet.
Knock on wood, and you know the curse of the broadcasters in here. You've seen it in action. Usually, the second we say something, we're probably going to have a foo-for-all in the next 10 minutes.
Bench is clearing. No, I've been very pleased with the umpires we have. They've all done a great job. I told them at the beginning, your job is to make my job as hard as possible when I come to pick who's going to be on what game Saturday. And so far they've delivered.
And, of course, everybody wants to be on the field and especially behind the plate in that big game on Saturday evening, scheduled for a 6 p.m. start time. There are 2 other championship games. The ISC 2 championship will be Friday afternoon here on this diamond, and then Saturday afternoon immediately prior to the ISC World Championship game. That's the Legends 50-plus championship. And Randy, let me ask you this question. How do the Blue Crew look at those assignments?
Top of the order,
I'm not sure.
left fielder number 16,
I
Matthew
think some of
Waugh.
them may think, hey, I'd rather be on the big games and doing 3-man, and we're all used to doing 3-man, and it's been a while since a lot of us have worked 2-man, and we work 2-man on the Legends and also in the Deuce. So it's a little bit of unfamiliarity there. But the Legend guys, I mean, if you've been around the game a while umpiring, these are the same guys you used to see 5-10 years ago that are continuing to play. And trust me, they are just as competitive.
Oh, yes. Some of those guys maybe even more competitive now. In for a strike to Matthew Waugh.
Actually felt a couple raindrops.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a black cloud over top of us at the moment, but I think it's funny here. The weather seems to swirl more than anything. It doesn't move in one direction. Chaparro with 2 straight strikeouts looking to end this inning here, the top of the 3rd.
I tell you, he has really impressed me so far. I mean, this is an offensive-oriented team, and he is shutting them down right now.
Yeah, and he gets Matthew Waugh waving at that one over his eyes for strike 2. You can just see the differential in the clouds here on the left side of your screen versus the right. Very dark over there and left, and a little bit lighter on the right side. Can't get Matthew to go up again, and no, says Dave Harrington down at third base.
He almost got him to think about it more.
Well, it's not a bad idea. I mean, you got him to wave at the pitch before. Why not go up again and see if you can get him fishing? Maybe the changeup here.
I was just about to say, I'm betting changeup.
No, he goes with the rise ball again, and Matthew Waugh not at all happy coming off the field. Eric Chaparro strikes out the side here in the top of the 3rd inning, and boy, this one is looking competitive so far.
Well, and for the first time this week, the Gremlins are going to see inning number 4.
That is a very good point.
Leading off for the
Sports
Sandlot
provides the
Merchants, left
essentials
fielder
needed
number
to give your
27,
team an edge
Julian
on the field.
Fernandez.
Our brand is
On
rooted in
deck,
creating
Elias
a unique
Gaiman.
experience tailored
In
to
the hole,
the specific
Ryan
needs
No.
of your team to ensure your performance is at the best level to execute plays. At Peligro Sports, we rally behind our athletes and understand their fight to take their game to a dangerous level. Visit our store at 2200 Amsterdam Avenue in New York City or see us online at peligrosportsnyc.com. Thanks to Jose and Peligro Sports for their support of the broadcast program.
Ooh.
Oh, Jerome Remeke again over there. That's why it's the hot shot corner. Julian Fernandez sends a one-hopper down to Remeke, and he comes across to his left.
Now
He's a
batting,
big
second
man
baseman,
over there,
number
Randy, but he
3,
moves so well.
Elias
Yes.
Gaiman. On deck, Ryan No.
And looking at him, you wouldn't think he's got good speed, but he still has good speed, even after the injuries.
Yeah, he does run well. He's had a bit of knee surgery, from what I understand, and had a broken wrist the 1 year. Elias Gaiman to the plate. RBI single against Toronto in the 6th. And Singleton scored against Midland as well. So when he gets on base, he seems to come around. The challenge, of course, is getting on base against Jack Besgrove.
Well, but they're getting the bat on the ball right now. So I think this might be the game we see somebody get a hit off of him.
Well, that would be good because we've got a couple of guys right now, Besgrove included, but most notably Marco Diaz, who are threatening the record of Adam Fulkerd for most consecutive no-hit innings.
Wow, that changeup.
It is devastating. That's the first one. So you're facing Jack Besgrove at 84 miles an hour, and then he dials it down to 59. That is pulling the string.
And you're not expecting it either because here we are in the 4th inning, and this is the first time he's thrown it.
He comes right back with an 82-mile-an-hour rise ball and sits down Elias Gaiman.
Now batting for the Sandlot Merchants, shortstop, number 12, Ryan Knoll.
I think he felt
On
like
deck,
he was fouling off
Andre
too many
Hoop.
balls and need to pull out another weapon.
Yeah, you've got to reset the timing on the batter. Ryan Nolt in the 9 spot is having a terrific tournament for Sandlot. 2 triples against Midland, and that really set Sandlot on their way early in that one. And then he had an RBI triple against Toronto U23 Batman and a single and scored a couple of runs in that game as well. He has been stellar for Sandlot here this week.
But you know, his uniform is just way too clean right now.
It is way too clean. I don't know. Maybe they went and visited the laundromat because I know he's pretty sure he's had a couple of head-first slides here. No, they did have their blues on the other day. I love this little script that they've got, the Sandlot, like it's patterned after the movie, of course, the Sandlot movie. The logo with the, I think it's a Dalmatian dog.
Yeah, and I believe a lot of these guys played with R.M. Kurtz last year.
Yeah, Kurtz has been in the World Tournament a couple of times. It was Souter Trucking, I think,
Yes.
1 year. They all play in the Stevens League in Stevens, Pennsylvania. They stream the league. You can watch it online. Besgrove zips it past Ryan Nolt here. He picks up another 2 strikeouts, so 7 already for Besgrove. It's he and Remeke getting all the outs. 7 strikeouts and 2 ground balls to Jerome down at third. It's almost king in the court.
Let's talk about a local
Can we get the lights turned
one-stop
on
shop.
at Bear Creek 1?
Live Well for Life is just that. A fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web
Leading
at
off for your Bear Creek Gremlins, third baseman number 6, Jerome Remeke. On deck, Beninoka. In the hole, Eric Ochoa.
Jerome Remeke at the plate after a nice defensive play. Randy, we talked in between the innings. That's a pure reflex play for Jerome Remeke. He's got to get that hot shot. He's got to get over a step and a half to his left. And then, like I said, I don't think I've ever seen him miss a throw.
No,
from
but he makes that play look so easy, and it's not.
There's the changeup from Eric Chaparro again all the way down to 56. I saw Remeke flinch a little bit like he wanted to go after it, but didn't.
It's like he's got a little bit sharper eye this time, and I think he may just break the streak right here and may get a hit because he's really watching the ball even more so that he's always got a good eye on the ball, but he's really wanting that hit right now.
A lot of power hitters, and Randy, you've seen this in all of your years' experience in game. A lot of power hitters will have a high strikeout rate and will walk very few times in the course of the season. Jerome Remeke had as many walks as he's had hits here this season.
Yes, and Jerome tends to get hit with a pitch as well quite often.
Here and there, yep. Sat on the changeup, kept the hands back, and drives that out to right field. First hit of the game for the Bear Creek Gremlins, and Randy, you called it. I'd like to get the lottery numbers next
number
from you.
89, Benanoka on deck.
Yeah, it's funny when I sit behind the plate and I'm umpiring a game, I kind of pick up on little things, and then I'll sit here like, okay, they're about to get a hit or they're about to throw this pitch. And it's just, I guess it's being around the game so long, you just got to feel for it sometimes.
Yeah, you start to pick up the patterns, and you get familiar with all the catchers, too.
Yes.
Benanoka fouls this one off. Don't expect the Gremlins to play a lot of small ball. I know we're here in the fourth already as this game moves along, knock on wood. But Greg Leather, until you get to crunch time in the 6th or 7th, he's not going to burn outs on bunting.
Nope, he's going to let the guys do what he's brought them here to do, and that's hit the ball.
Well, when you've got a stacked lineup like this, too. Now, trust me, everybody in this lineup can lay down a bunt. The fundamentals that are taught to the Kiwi players in particular, but Zen and Winters can handle the bat as well as anybody, same with Penuelas. They can put a bunt down if they need to. Benanoka slashes this out to the gap in left center. That lands at the fence. Remeke gets a stop sign at third, but that's back-to-back line drive base hits for the Bear Creek Gremlins.
And I believe he could have made it, but again, Greg Leather's very smart coach.
First
He didn't want to run
8,
that run
Eric
off the board.
Pachoa.
No,
So,
it's early here still. Well, fourth, I guess, but 265 right to the base of the fence. And the stop sign went up early enough for Remeke. And you don't want to take an RBI situation here away from Eric Ochoa. He's been your leading run producer over the course of the season. He's your home run leader as well.
Well, and you just took the momentum away from them with that first hit, and now you don't want to give it back to them by giving them an out. And now you got another very prolific hitter up there that would not surprise me him crank one over the wall right here.
You're calling.
I'm calling.
You're calling it right now. Eric Ochoa, power to all fields. Can hit the ball out of the park, dead left, dead right, dead center. Went after that pitch and fouled it out of play. Some of the longest home runs I've seen in the last couple of years have come off the bat of Eric Ochoa as well. He hit one in Prince Albert that not just left the park. I mean, it was out in the parking lot where the lights just came on very suddenly. Everybody startled by that one, was not expecting that.
That was literally somebody turning the light switch on.
Yeah, yeah. Normally they warm up a little bit, but these new digital lights, that was instantaneous. That one misses downstairs. They're going to ask, but no, he barely flinched.
But Chaparro was not quite as accurate that changeup on that one. I've always heard coaches, it's got to be close enough to fool them.
Yeah, but don't leave it over the plate.
Yep.
Pinpoint accuracy every time. A long look in by Eric Chaparro here, and the changeup again, and this time he fools Eric Ochoa. Seventh
Now batting
strikeout
the shortstop,
of the
number
afternoon
34,
into
Cole
the evening
Evans.
as we're
On deck,
coming up
Zen and Winters.
on just before 7 p.m. Eastern. Boy, that is a real good pitch. Down and in. And even if Ochoa gets to that, I'm not sure what he's going to do with it. But a meeting here as Justin Zimmerman has come out to talk with his infield. It's a one-way conversation. He definitely had a message he wanted to deliver and let everybody know what to keep their eye on, what to focus on.
Well, they're trying their best to keep these runs off the board. Eric's done a tremendous job keeping them in the game and keeping it 0-0. So I think he's just reiterating to them, let's get this out and get out of here.
Cole Evans caught looking leading off the second inning, but a whole different kettle of fish, as that expression goes, with 2 runners aboard, 2 runners in scoring position for Evans and then Winters. High hopper on the infield. Remeke coming to the plate and barehanded and out. That's a real nice play by Eric Chaparro, who didn't even take the time to worry about having to transfer it.
Very good and very smart
Now
play.
batting
He
the
knew exactly what he
player, number
wanted to do.
53, Zen and
Didn't even try to
Winters.
glove it.
On deck,
That takes a
Abelardo
little bit of
from
focus,
Waiters.
though, because it's not, I mean, you can have that hit the palm of your hand and bounce. That's,
Well, I've seen guys try to do the same thing, and it hits the hands and bounces away, and all of a sudden you got a run scoring. But
exactly.
he had good execution on it.
Ben Anoka up to third on the play. Evans to first on the fielder's choice. So now runners on the corners with 2 out, and Zen and Winters at the plate.
And that may have been what Zimmerman was telling them. He may have been telling them, we're not going to let this run score. If we get the chance to throw them out, let's throw them out.
Well, and the Gremlins, and Greg Leather in particular, have always been very aggressive on the contact play. And I find, for what it's worth, and I don't really know why or how to explain it, but American teams or American coaches, maybe it's the baseball influence, have always been way more aggressive than Canadians on that contact play, the ball in the infield. You're going.
Yes, I agree with that.
Canadians tend to be, well, if it's on the right side or if it's way up in the air. No, you're going.
Well, and the Gremlins especially, they're going to press the issue. They're going to make you get the out. And if you choose the easy route by taking out at first, they're on the board.
That hit Gremlins batter Zen and Winters in the box. And then he got the ball and flipped it to Chaparro, but Chaparro had his back turned, didn't see it coming. It rolled between his legs, and he picked it up when he caught it there. But Chaparro's a pitch away here from working out of this jam. Keep an eye on Cole Evans over at first. Maybe he can distract the defense a little bit. Downstairs and in and out of the glove of O'Shell, and Evans froze on the play. That's not like Evans to not take advantage of that little bobble.
Well, he didn't go as soon as it was in dirt, and then Zenon gave him the stop sign because it bounced quickly. And it wasn't a good bounce in their favor.
No. No, but I have to wonder whether they would risk a throw down to second with Anoka, who still runs extremely well over at third.
Well, and that's the thing. You were talking about the aggressiveness of American runners. That's one of those times where you don't want to run yourself out of the inning.
No, you absolutely do not. Chaparro on the ground by Winters, and Houts just can't get a glove on that in fair territory. Winters 7 RBIs in the game against East Hants 2 days ago.
Well, Zen is another one of those guys that can hit some really long home runs.
Chases the rise ball here, and Eric Chaparro works into and out of trouble here in the fourth and keeps it scoreless as we go to the home half. A rise ball in the outside corner and gets Winters to chase.
No error. the order of the Sandlot Hurricanes. Right fielder number 11, Andre Hoover. On deck, Zachary Shirk. In the hole, Ryan Shepard.
At Dreamcatcher, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say as long as our people have a need, Dreamcatcher will be there for them.
Well, for the first time this tournament, Randy, Jack Bestgrove is going to face a batter for the second time. Andre Hoover will get his second look at Bestgrove.
You know, that's not a stat we keep, but that's a crazy stat when you think about it, that you're in your third game and you've not, no team has gone through their lineup yet with you.
No. Well, Jack pitched 2 of the 3 innings in the first game, and then all 3 in the second. And in for a strike on Hoover for strike 2, very quickly is ahead 0-2.
You know, this is definitely a David versus Goliath, and right now, David's doing pretty darn good.
Well, and the longer in games like this, I said this last night too, and Goliath won last night with Hill United over JB. But the longer this game is scoreless, maybe somebody can run into one. And now the odds would favor the Gremlins eventually getting to Eric Chaparro. It's hard to hold this team down if you've got to go 3 times through the order. But already Julian Fernandez is up throwing down the left field line, and their pattern has been to go 5 with Chaparro and then Fernandez for the last 2 to close. Very similar to the Kegel Black Knights, where Pierce has gone 5 and Galarza has been on to close.
You know, that's going to be a tough decision for the coach, because the way Chaparro's pitching against these guys, do you risk taking it out and then
Not a chance.
I know.
Not a chance.
I wouldn't either. I'm going to ride that horse.
Yeah, Terry Bader always used to say, lose with your best pitcher on the mound or in the circle. And right now for Sandlot, and no slight on Julian Fernandez, he's very good, but Eric Chaparro is their guy, and he's doing very well right now. Chasing the rise ball again. Andre Hoover just cannot lay off that rise ball right now.
Now batting for the Hurricanes.
He is going to have
Designated
to
player
have
number
a rethink.
24, Zachary Shirk. On deck, Ryan Shepard.
That pitch is eyes high. Zach Shirk was caught looking in the first. Everybody at regulation depth for the Gremlins. Right now, Jerome Remeke is the only one who's been pressed into duty. Bestgrove, 8 strikeouts, 2 ground balls, 1 from Kyle O'Shell and 1 from Julian Fernandez. Both of them handled by Remeke. And zips this one in for a strike. Legends Tournament got fully underway today. Whole bunch of games going on in that division. A new format this year. Swing and a miss here by Shirk. There's 15 teams. Each of them are going to play 2 round-robin games in 5 pools of 3. And then they will be seeded into a 15-team double knockout tournament. Scherp reaches out with the bat and fouls that off. So everybody will get 4 guaranteed games, which has been a hallmark of that Legends tournament.
You know, like we were talking about earlier, it's really nice seeing some of these guys that some haven't played for a few years because they're waiting to reach that age, and suddenly they reach it, and here they are again. And it's just really nice to see them back on the ball diamond.
Marty Grant making his first appearance at an ISC event.
Now batting, third baseman number 22, Ryan Shepard. On deck, Al O'Shell.
9?
I was going to say 8, 9, or 10,
somewhere in that neighborhood, yeah. Jared Martin, Patty Shannon, Brad Rona is back now in Legends. Patty and Jared were here last year. And I think the year before that, Patty might have been playing the ISC tournament. And I think the first pitch he saw in Legends, he hit it out of the park.
I was just about to tell you that.
Yeah. So nothing's changed for Patty Shannon. But Brad Rona, I got to find Brad. I haven't seen Brad since in person since 2016. Last time I talked with Brad would have been 2024 via video. We did his Hall of Fame induction via video.
Yeah, Patty was my absolute favorite catcher.
Oh, yeah?
Umpire behind. Class act. Really took care of you, protects you well. You see the zone well because he takes up so little space, and he's a big guy.
No runs,
yes.
no errors.
But he gives you lots of room to see.
0-0.
Top 3 down on strikes for the second time here this evening. That's 10 on the evening for Jack Besgrove. Bear Creek Gremlins, just the 2 hits. Eric Chaparro, pretty much pitch for pitch with Besgrove here so far tonight. Believe it or not, folks, we're going to the 5th inning. Scoreless.
Leading off for the Gremlins, right fielder number 19, Abelardo Benuelos. On deck,
A metal roof lasts a lifetime.
In the hole, Nick Mullen.
Thousands trust Metal Roof Outlet to install stylish, stone-coated metal roofing that looks just like traditional shingles. Make a smart and worthwhile investment for your home with Metal Roof Outlet. Contact us through metalroofoutlet.com to get a quote for a roof replacement anywhere in Southern Ontario. Because when you trust Metal Roof Outlet with your roof replacement, it may be the last time you ever replace your roof.
Abelardo Penuelos to the dish, and I see Abelardo has adopted the Matthew Waugh approach, Randy, where he puts the bat down, draws the line for the back of the box. Ever helpful, I guess? How do you treat that as umpires?
I just kind of chuckle inside because you know what they're doing.
Yeah. Penuelos, high fly ball out to shortstop Ryan Nolt in his last trip. Showed bunt here and got a called strike from Steve Gallagher.
I think he was thinking he called on the offer, but it was a called strike. It was not on the offer.
And zips this one in, swing and a miss, and O'Shell had to go through the glove, it almost seemed like. I see O'Shell and Rafa Flores buy their chest protectors off the same sizing rack.
Rafa likes his bright colors too.
Oh yeah, he and Eric Ochoa could just keep the lights on with their gear. And he's bounced in the last couple to O'Shell. He's going to take his time. A guy like Ryan Boland would fire the ball back about 80 miles an hour back to his pitcher if they would have done that to him a couple of times. There's the changeup, and Penuelas way out in front. Boy, he's really used that pitch effectively tonight.
Now batting, second baseman number 24, Ladislav Malarchuk.
Ladislav
On deck,
Malarchuk to the plate, caught looking on 2 back-to-back changeups in the third. And if you're Malarchuk, are you sitting on that this time around? Or knowing that, do you throw him one if you're Kyle O'Shell?
I don't know.
That's why we're up here. Little low, in for a strike. Malarchuk is just going to ask, is that as low as you're going to go? Steve Gallagher traveled down to New Zealand in the off-season on the exchange program. I talked to Steve when we got back, and just talked about what a great experience it was.
Yeah, Softball Canada sent him. The ISC sent Kevin Wallace. So they were both over there about the same time. I know they had some overlap.
And I think one of them got to work in the club championship, the other in the national championship. Yes. Is that right?
Yes, and that's an awesome trip. I did that trip back in 2010, and trip of a lifetime.
I bet, yeah.
I love New Zealand. I love the people, love the players. It was literally magical.
Yeah, for sure. It's a bucket list item for me. Maybe when I retire, we'll get down there and hopefully see a little bit of ball on the tour. I'm hearing a little bit of thunder.
It's either that or they got some dump trucks over here dumping some loads late at night.
Malarchuk flares this one out to left. He's going to turn on the Jets and try for 2. The throw is off the bag, and he slides in safely. He almost blew a tire going around the bag out here. And Dave Jackson, I thought he was going to go smooth out the dirt a little bit. Well, watch Malarchuk. He's hustling out of the box because he knows this is going to fall short in front of the outfielder, so he's on the move right away. And you don't see him blow the tire coming around, but with the head first slide,
now batting catcher number 3, Nick
he's safe
Mullins.
at second base.
On deck, Matthew Waugh.
We talked about this the other night when it
Now
wasn't
batting number
necessarily a mistake
21,
made on the plate.
Lucio
but
Runnemar.
to me, there was no communication with the second baseman to let him know that runner was coming in to where he could get that tag around quicker. It's almost like he got caught off guard.
Yeah, and that's what I wonder here. Did Malarchuk, did he see that the outfielder wasn't coming to get that in a hurry, that it was just another routine single, and with his hustle, he's turned it into a double. Lucio Redemar is pinch hitting here for Nick Mullins. And when he's been pinch hitting, Redemar has been really effective. Take you back to the championship game in Simcoe. And just squirts away from O'Shell, and Malarchuk up to third base. So there's a free base, and these are the tiny details that teams like the Gremlins, the Chiefs, the Drillers will take advantage of, and it literally is the things that separate them from all the other teams.
Well, and that's 2 free bases. He should be standing on first right now, maybe at second after the pass ball, but here he is at third, and Gremlins are threatening again. So we're going to see if Chapar can pitch his way out of this again.
Yeah, he's got to get Redemar, and then he's going to have to deal with Matthew Waugh, seeing him for the third time. High on the infield, and that is going to score Ladislav Malarchuk, and those extra bases cost Sandlot.
So now they got to get
Now
that
batting the
momentum
left fielder
back.
number 16,
He
Matthew
needs to get him out
Waugh.
here,
On deck, Jerome Remeke.
and then another one and get out in, and here comes Zimmerman. I think we might get the change now.
Yeah, indeed, that's going to be it for Eric Chaparro. A great job through 4, but the Gremlins get to him in the 5th. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back. Swing and a miss. Jarvis. Three-peats.
Swung on and missed. Strike three, and the Kitchener River Shark Twins repeat. It's the local kid who wins it.
Swing and a miss. Jarvis. Three-peats.
It's 2015 ISC Men's World Champions.
Melbourne has hit the game-winning home run, and the Toronto Gators are world champions.
Finally, it's out on to first, and the United Chiefs back to
And this one is over as Matt Palazzo will end it in style. And start spreading the news, Joe Todd. It's New York ISC World Champions back-to-back. And this one is sliced out to right, way back, and it's caught. Nico Carrillo catches it. We are back. Julian Fernandez finishes his warm-up tosses. On the move, great throw by O'Shell, and still safe twice as he steals second base. Lucio Redemar got in there under the tag, came off the bag, but able to get the hand back in before Ryan Nolt could drop the ball or drop the tag down on him one more time. Luke Helm has gone out into left field for Sandlot. This is their usual move with Fernandez on to pitch.
But now the Gremlins got their first run, they're back to their aggressiveness on the bases again.
Well, an inspired call, and talked about Lucio Redemar pinch hitting. He did it at the Chiefs Challenge in Simcoe, and he does it here, bringing in the first run of the game for the Gremlins. And the way Bestgrove's pitching, that may be all they need.
But still, what a tremendous job by the pitcher, keeping them in the game. They're still in the game right now.
Oh, yeah, they are absolutely still in this game. Eric Chaparro, a tremendous effort here. He goes 4 1/3.
And I know he's disappointed, but he's got nothing to hang his head on. I mean, this was a tremendous performance against a powerful team.
Batting for the Gremlins, third baseman number 6, Jerome Rameke. On deck, Ben Inoka.
Lucio Redemar will still belong to Eric Chaparro. Matthew Waugh working the walk against Fernandez, and he will belong to Julian. Jerome Remeke got the first hit of the game for the Gremlins. Worked his way around to third, but was thrown out trying to score. Gallagher out with O'Shell to monitor the conversation about the change in the signs with the runner on second base.
Yeah, I think they were having a little bit of communication problem. I'm not sure Julian was understanding what the catcher was saying, and one of the Spanish players started to come off the bench to translate, but went back. I think he finally figured out what he was saying, and they got it fixed now.
They got it sorted. Julian Fernandez has been over for a few years, pitched with the AHI Reapers down in Wisconsin for a couple of years, and I think with the Bar Buzz prior to that. Remeke thought about it and gets called yes by Dave Harrington down at third. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big cut here by Remeke, comes up empty. As Jim Flanagan used to say, it's a good thing he's got the shoes tied up. There's Eric Chaparro stretching in the Sandlot dugout.
And Romy's got some colorful shoes on tonight too.
Yeah, he does. He's got the little bit of orange with some yellow and a bit of powder blue going on.
Maybe they had a shoe challenge today.
They might have, because one of the guys on JB had some good shoe game going. Luiger Pinto always looks good. That one off the plate. Three and two to Remeke.
Big pitch right here.
Gets him to chase upstairs just over the letters. And with that little bit of uppercut in the swing that Remeke's got, that's enough to get it
Now
by
batting,
him.
center fielder number
Great pitch.
89, Ben Anoka. On deck, Eric Ochoa.
You don't always get to see a swing and a miss by Jerome Remeke. Upstairs to Ben Anoka, ball one. Some of the Kingston Axemen have stuck around to see, and now we're seeing some umbrellas go up very quickly in the stands, and you can hear a little bit of pitter-patter with some droplets of rain.
I can feel it on my head too.
Yeah, you may want to move a little bit more this way if you're able to.
Oh, it's good. I'm not going to melt.
I was worried about Joe Todd a little bit earlier. Depending on where the weather is coming from, it looks clear once this little cloud gets past us. Just upstairs to Inoka.
And the Gremlins aren't going to be happy with just one run. They're going to want to add to it here.
Redemar out at second, Matthew Waugh at first. Redemar hit for Mullins, and Ben Anoka does not even need to swing the bat to get aboard.
Now batting for the Gremlins, first baseman number 8, Eric Ochoa. On deck, hold even.
Yeah. So we're going to stay with this shot, folks, for a few minutes. Is going to go up and cover his cameras. We'll be on the air as long as we can, but this is starting to pick up in intensity. Big cut here. Ochoa comes up empty. Chases that rise ball. And really starting to come down now. And we're going to call it here, and I think a good decision, Randy. It's really starting to come down.
Yes. Don't want anybody getting hurt, and there's a little lightning flash too, so real good call.
So, folks, we're going to be in rain delay here for a few minutes. We'll keep the camera
Rain
on
delay.
to the extent that we can. Randy and I are going to call it for now for commentary, and as soon as we're back, just keep an eye on your YouTube screen. Yeah, it is. How you doing tonight? Good. Trying to stay dry. Yeah, I've got an umbrella you can put on. Love to see the players help. Yeah, that's awesome. Live without hearing the thunder and everything. Can you pass that tarp? Okay, let's bring it this way. Keep the wet side out. Hang on, hang on. Okay.
Yeah, support.
Just a thick thing. Your brother. Oh,
Brother.
brother, right?
Yeah. Good
Good hitter.
I know. He's a good one.
Ah, I bet you can
No.
do it.
Sorry.
I bet you can hit.
I will put it.
If it's lower than 75, maybe.
All right.
I know. That's the thing, yeah. It's a frequency hit.
That's beautiful. Thank you, sir. All right. I will be using it from now on. All right. Thank you, Rick.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I don't know. It looks pretty clear right there. But I have no idea which way the wind is going. That's the problem. It just circles. I mean, we had a rain delay this morning, but it was only 10 minutes. So, and then the sun was out right after.
There ain't gonna be no sun out here. How are you?
Good, buddy. Good to see you. Who are you here with this week?
Copy Canada and the Legends.
Oh, are you? Nice. You get to sit back and watch all the Kiwis?
Please sit back. I'm trying to get amongst it.
Don't try to keep up with those guys drinking, though.
They were. They didn't come now. They're at home. Little night-night. Except for Rona. We're up one.
Yeah, shocking. But I think it's also hitting the lights and fall too, because they're angled. Yeah, but when you look at the right ear against the dugout, it's still too hard.
educated room.
I hear it cheering, Dean. Somebody hit it to the outfield.
Well, we had a little black rain cloud up overhead and expelled some contents onto us for about 5, 7, 10 minutes there, but I think we're all right now. The rain has mostly gone away. You see Charlie Pierce, the head of the grounds crew, is out there just raking across some stay dry. Full credit to the Gremlins team who, in a joint effort, got both the tarps onto the field and then off. They carried them off with the water pooled in the middle, and then they've dumped that outside the fence. So great team effort by the Bear Creek group, including most of the Gremlin players. Randy, that pitched in, doing double duty here tonight.
And even Varm picked up a few bricks.
He's on the DL now for 6 weeks, but he did a good job, especially when he had to bend over to get that one. So there's an 0-1 count on Eric Ochoa. He reminded us that the bases were loaded. Beninoka's at first. Lucio Redamar is at third. Matthew Waugh is at second. And Ochoa skies this one foul out of play behind the plate. Randy, a huge moment in the game here. Bases loaded. Gremlins 1 run in already. 1 swing, they can break this wide open.
Yes, very important. And there it is.
Ochoa screams this one out to center. And a diving grab, a great catch by Juan Vala, who robs Eric Ochoa of multiple RBIs. What a great catch by Vala.
And that's potentially game 7 catch right there, because that keeps them in the game. Only 2 runs down. David still has a chance against Goliath.
Leading off the Sandlot catcher, number 18, Kyle O'Shell. On deck, Juan Vela. In the hole, Dustin House.
A metal roof lasts a lifetime. Thousands trust Metal Roof Outlet to install stylish, stone-coated metal roofing that looks just like traditional shingles. Make a smart and worthwhile investment for your home with Metal Roof Outlet. Contact us through metalroofoutlet.com to get a quote for a roof replacement anywhere in Southern Ontario. Because when you trust Metal Roof Outlet with your roof replacement, it may be the last time you ever replace your roof.
Kyle O'Shell will get a second look at Jack Besgrove. Pours in a strike. What were we, about an 18-minute rain delay there approximately? 20 minutes maybe? Not too bad at all. By the time we got the tarps on, tarps off, a little bit of raking had to be done, and took Julian Fernandez, I think, 4 pitches to get the final out of the inning on a great grab by Juan Vala. Keeps the Sandlot Merchants within a swing. Late on that one from Besgrove. O'Shell, Vala, and Dustin Houts And a little awkward twist there by Kyle O'Shell. The bat went around, and that is strike 3.
Now batting center fielder number
Pretty much knew it.
13,
He was just
Juan
waiting on the
Bala.
umpire to confirm
On
it.
deck,
Just to let him
Dustin
know.
Hout.
Yeah, nope, you can go. That is 6 in a row for Jack Besgrove. It's still been the Jack and Romy show. Jerome Remeke down at third base has handled 2 ground balls. The rest, strikeouts by Jack Besgrove. A bunt attempt here by Juan Vala. And we talk about this all the time, Randy, where you make a great defensive play and then you get to come up and maybe make a difference. It's funny how the game works sometimes. It just seems to, the odds are that you would be 1-9 after making a great defensive play that you'd be coming up, but it happens all the time, at least it seems to.
Yes.
Chases the rise ball upstairs. We could put that on a loop because Besgrove has been, not exclusively, but predominantly been using the rise ball here this evening. Nobody has shown that they can hit it, so why not? The danger is, if somebody runs into one, rise balls can go a long way. But not when they're up over the eyes like that one. 12 strikeouts.
Now batting
now.
first baseman
The
number
Sandlot's
20,
just wanting to get
Dustin
somebody on
Hout.
here. They
On
got
deck,
to get that
Julian
momentum shifted back,
Fernandez.
especially on offense. And to do that, you got to get a runner on. You either got to get a walk or you got to get a hit. And hits are getting hard to come by, so better have good eyes at the plate.
That one misses downstairs.
And I said 2-0 when we were going off the air earlier. The score is actually 1-0. We temporarily had it on scoreboard as 2-0, but it's 1-0, still 1-run game.
Yeah, we did. We had a 2 up go up inadvertently. It is 1-0.
Nice.
Misses upstairs to Houts. Doesn't chase. And again, misses upstairs. That's a good take by Dustin Houts. A lot of guys have been chasing that pitch and higher up and out of the zone.
Might see that change up.
Goes hard after that one, and that was the drop on the outside corner. Yeah, you might now see the change with that swing. Besgrove sets and blows it right past Dustin Houts to strike out the side here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A baker's dozen in strikeouts tonight for Jack Besgrove and counting.
No errors.
We'll go to the top of the 6th. The Gremlins break through just before a 20-minute rain delay. A heck of a ball game here between the Bear Creek Gremlins and the Sandlot Merchants.
This business was opened in 1965 by my father, Ned Medios. Could have walked in here 25, 30 years ago and seen just about the same thing. The process of making this suit takes about 6 weeks. It goes through about 12 or 13 hands as it's moved along the line.
Leading out for the Bear Creek Gremlins.
It's an old-time place. Making
Shortstop,
stuff
number
from
34,
scratch
Cole
here
Stevens.
in the city at a
On
reasonable
deck,
cost.
Zenon Winters.
It's a
in the
very
hole,
personal type of business.
Abelardo Venezuela.
Cole Evans, Zenon Winters, and Abiardo Penuelas. In for a strike from Julian Fernandez. Facing Eric Chaparro, Evans caught looking a rarity back in the second inning, and then a fielder's choice in the fourth. Bottom of the sixth. Sorry, top of the sixth. And we just needed that little black rain cloud to move on, and it's right back to being a lovely evening here at Chippewa-on-the-Thames First Nation.
The field actually needed a little bit of water, so we're good now.
Yes, we got it by other means. Chop foul by Evans. Greg Leather didn't even give that ball a second look. A lot of coaches will try to play that on the ricochet. They'll fumble it. It'll go off their wrist or something. Greg Leather looked the other way and pulled a piece of paper out of his pocket.
Greg's a smart man.
That is a veteran move by Greg Leather. We'll be with this camera view for the time being as Luciano is between games. We'll go back and uncover all the cameras that he scrambled to
Now
get
batting,
covered
the
up.
designated player number 53.
So we'll go with this
Zenon
one
Winters.
through the end of the
On
game,
deck,
and we'll get you there.
Abelardo Penuelas.
Cole Evans caught looking twice tonight. I may go buy some lottery tickets after this. All kinds of things are happening that just never do, including me winning the lottery.
The kids over there have their Sandlot cheer going on.
I think they are Sandlot fans here tonight, that's for sure. Way upstairs to Winters, and Julian Fernandez looked like he hooked something on the landing. I was saying earlier, Randy, they've done such a great job with the fields here, putting the clay bricks in, compressing the dirt on top of it. Normally, at this stage in a tournament, there'd be a 2-foot trench out there in front of the board.
Yeah, the batter's boxes and the pitching circle have all stood the test of time so far.
Yeah, they're all in terrific shape. Winters late on that swing. Laces this one out to left, and coming in on the run is Luke Helm to pull that down and retire Zenon Winters for the third time tonight. Abiardo Penuelas popped up to short in the second, and then down on strikes,
On deck,
leading off the fifth.
Malarchuk.
Both of those at bats against Eric Chaparro. Chaparro finishing the night with 9 strikeouts. But it's the guy on deck out in front of us here, Ladislav Malar-Zuk, who got things started for the Gremlins, a hustling double. All of that set up by great base running by Malar-Zuk, really quickly up to third on a ball that did not get far away from Kyle O'Shell. And then a terrific pinch hit RBI single by Lucio Redemar.
Yeah, that was a very timely substitution by Greg, putting Redemar in there.
In for a strike to Penuelas. And that one just misses down and out. Not by much. He'll foul this one out of play. Penuelas trying to outlast Julian Fernandez here as we're into the top of the sixth. A terrific game between the David on the left side of the dugouts over on the third base side. The Sandlot Merchants and the Goliath off to our right in the Bear Creek Gremlins.
Well, if I was a betting man, I would have lost a lot of money so far, because if you had told me this would be 1-0 in the sixth inning, I would not have believed it.
No, not based on the form coming into this game. We knew that the Sandlot team was scrappy. We knew that they could hang with the Gremlins, but just based on the prior evidence, 5-0 in Simcoe, 5-1. Now only a 2-0 game in Ashland, so maybe not a big surprise.
But their pitching right now has kept them in this game and has them in a position to where they could legitimately win this game.
They are still just a swing away. Penuelas out to second. That is handled by Elias Gaiman. And a good inning, a 3-up, 3-down inning for Julian Fernandez. A shutdown inning like they needed. And we will go to the bottom of the sixth. Jack Besgrove will come back out onto the board. Luciano is going to head out to try and get those cameras uncovered. Carol Dureste is working on the cover on the shot that you're looking at right now. You can just see, if you look somewhere in between the bleachers on the left and the tent on the right, closer to the bleachers is where our center field camera is mounted. You always want them a little bit offset so you're not looking directly at the pitcher's back. Besgrove threw something unexpected there to Nick Mullins on the last pitch of the warm-ups, and it bounced in the dirt in front of him and up to the screen, and he gave it a little funny look.
Yeah, it hit the very front of the plate and went all the way up to the backstop.
So pitcher Julian Fernandez,
on deck.
bottom of the sixth inning.
26 Dennis.
And I saw Zimmerman giving some changes to the umpire, so I'm sure we're going to have a pinch hitter somewhere in here.
Well, we've got Dennis Watarte from Guatemala is up on deck, so that will be one of the changes. They've only got two other guys, Matthew Kerber and Matthew Wardell, on the bench. Bit of an awkward swing from Julian Fernandez. Thought about a slap attempt, and the way Besgrove's ball moves, that was going to require supreme coordination. Fouls this one straight back with a more conventional swing. Coming up after this one, Bear Creek Express and the Toronto Batmen. Swing and a miss here. A good drop from Besgrove. That one just disappeared under the bat of Julian Fernandez.
Dennis
14
on deck,
strikeouts.
Randall.
Dennis Atarte from Guatemala will step in. late on that offering from Best Grove. Into this, I want to say Monday midday before the game with Midland, and friends are not met in until just the other day, and he's like, "Hey, how are you? I just got here," because he was playing for Guatemala in those Central America Caribbean games down in Santo Domingo in Republic. Round? Yes, he did, says Dave Harrington. Tried to hold up, but as he twisted out of the way, the bat around the plate. What are you looking for, Ray? That's a tough call for Dave Harrington. It's a tough call for Dave Jackson over here at first. What are you looking for when you're on the corners like that?
You're really just looking for the bare bat. If you try to look at the hands and arms and everything else, you're going to lose perspective. So you got to keep focus on the bat and see where the bat goes and how far out it comes.
And is there a magic plane there that you're looking for, or is it really just feel?
It's more feel, I think, for us. Baseball's got a lot more definitive way they look at it than we do.
Ryan Nolt at the plate, the 9 batter in the order for Sandlot. Best Grove sitting on 15 strikeouts at the moment. And zips this one past Nolt. He can't pull the trigger and make it 16 for Best Grove through 6.
No hit,
Still clinging to this 1-0 lead are the Bear Creek Gremlins. We will go to
Sandlot Merchants
top of the 7th.
Dreamcatcher, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say as long as our people have a need, Dreamcatcher will be there for them.
Well, this is the guy that has been responsible for the Bear Creek Gremlins getting on the board. And you see him there on the right side of your shot. Vladislav Malerzuk, a hustling double in the 5th. And he scored on a pinch hit single by Lucio Redemar. Malerzuk goes after that one hard. And again, there's that little wry grin on the face of Vladislav.
Because he knew that was the one. That's the one he was looking for.
Yep. He got it, and he fouled it straight back. That one misses downstairs. Tried to come in with the changeup. Fernandez at the hip and gets Malerzuk to chase upstairs. Long look in by Fernandez, and now he's going to step off. Maddie, there's a camera under there. Just really careful. Hand me that bag. Perfect. That's good. Yeah, thank you.
We got a pretty good battle going on right now between the two. Julian's not wanting to give an inch, and neither is Laszlo.
No, this is the epitome of this game in a microcosm, and Julian Fernandez gets Ladisho Mallar-Zook looking. He's been caught twice tonight looking, but he's got all the offense that the Gremlins have needed so far. You can see O'Shell wanted that pitch in, and he got it right on the inside corner. Change up to Mullins. Could have counted the stitches on that at 48 miles an hour coming in. Misses down low. Redemar pinch hit in this spot in the 5th, and an inspired choice by Greg Leather with the RBI single. What a great job this guy has done coming on in relief of Eric Chaparro. Julian Fernandez.
Yeah, they've been quite the pitching duo tonight. They have carried this team on their back so far.
Mullins gets into this one, and it's gone. Nick Mullins, a solo home run to left center field. The home run jacket gets draped over Nick Mullins' shoulders. He was a little reluctant to put that on. That's something that the Bear Creek teams have added to their repertoire here this week for the ISC World Tournament. And Nick Mullins said, I don't know about that. But straight away, left center field. But Mullins got all of that.
Now we're back to the top of the order.
And Matthew Waugh getting his second look now at Julian Fernandez. He walked two innings ago in the 5th. So a run in the 5th, and now a solo home run by Nick Mullins. A 2-0 lead for the Bear Creek Gremlins. And boy, that might as well be 10. The way Jack Besgrove is pitching.
Well, he's not allowed a runner on base yet, if I'm remembering correctly. So you got to get them on to get them in.
And that's the challenge for the top of the shop for Sandlot coming up. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 7th inning, Andre Hoover, Zach Shirk, and Ryan Sheffer, and none of them have had any success against Jack Besgrove tonight. I don't even think a foul ball. Lifted out to center on the run. Juan Vala runs up against the fence. Waugh speeding around second, headed for third. A strong throw in from Juan Vala out there in center field will hold Matthew Waugh to a triple.
Matthew still got wheels.
Now batting for the Bear Creek
Doesn't
Gremlins.
miss the
Third
home run
baseman,
by
number 6,
much
Jerome
here, just
Remeke.
banging
On
off
deck,
the
Ben Anoka.
lower part of the fence, and then you see the ball coming in about the same time as Matthew Waugh at third. Here's Justin Zimmerman out to just slow things down a little bit for his Sandlot squad. Give Julian Fernandez a bit of a break.
Yeah, it looked like the center fielder had a beat on that ball, but I think he felt that fence coming.
Well, he got onto the warning track and definitely felt the fence coming. Should say I met Matthew Waugh's father today. He's here playing in the Legends tournament with the Lacroix Source for Sports squad out of Orleans, Ontario.
Didn't even know his father played.
I did not know that either. I'm not surprised. But it was great to meet Mr. Waugh. Well, Julian Fernandez is headed back out to the outfield. Luke Helm will make the trip off. And is Matt Wardell coming in?
It may be Zachary Shirk, because he's.
Oh, that's right. Zach does pitch, doesn't he? And he's the designated player tonight.
He's their normal pitcher back home when they're not playing in ISC. And he did a really nice job last year, the year before, when they got dropped down to the deuce.
Yes, he did. That is a real good memory. Well, we'll take a break, and we will be back after this moment. We'll let Zach Shirk get some warm-up pitches. He just needs a ball first.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the Kitchener River Shark Twins repeat. It's the local kid who wins it.
Swing and a miss. Jarvis, 3-peats.
Here comes the throw to the plate. Are the world champions.
2015 ISC Men's World Champions.
Shane Bowen has hit the game-winning home run, and the Toronto Gators are world champions.
It's now on to first, and the United Chiefs back to
And this one is over as Matt Palazzo will end it in style. And start spreading the news, Joe Todd. It's New York, ISC World Champions back-to-back.
And this one is laced out to right, way back, and it's caught. Eagle Carrillo catches it at the fence. The Hill United Chiefs are world champions.
Called strike 3, your ISC World Champions, the Kitchener Holman Twins. Trying to put it away is Jack Bettsgrove. The New York Gremlins are world champions. High in the air, Fiafazo comes to get it, and the Chiefs are back to the top of the mountain.
That is a chance. My.
Well, Jerome Remeke will be the first batter to face Zach Shirk. And this one glances off of Remeke, and he is aboard, and that'll put runners on the corners.
Center fielder number 89.
The Gremlins threatening to break this open here, Randy, in the 7th. Matthew Waugh's over at third. They've already got a run in the solo shot by Nick Mullins. And now Ben Anoka to face Zach Shirk. Here's Zach. Here's the ball. Go face Remeke, Anoka, and Ochoa. Have fun.
And try to keep us in the game.
Yeah, and don't give up any. Line shot and caught.
That's a double play.
And a double play. They're out of the inning. They're going to say that ball hit the ground, but I thought he kept it on his ankle.
He caught it against his leg, controlled it, and went to the bag.
Yeah, I agree with you. See it here.
But they're going to get it together and discuss it.
I did not see it hit the ground here.
No,
I want to see it one more time if we can.
It was against his left
but
leg.
I thought so. Absolutely thought so. Can we see it one more time, Lou?
Yeah, he caught it just above the ankle, looked like.
Yep. It's right on his leg. He pulls it out and doubles off Matthew Waugh.
Right against the leg.
Umpires working double time over there. They don't have the benefit of replay. They only see it live at real speed. And I'm not going to second guess whatever call they make because we've seen it here on replay. They don't have that opportunity.
I think they're saying it hit the ground.
Well, we always get.
They're reconstructing right now. Or else
We
they
always
wouldn't be
get
talking. They wouldn't be talking the same.
Oh.
Oh, that's not going to be a popular call.
Wow. Yeah, I was really hoping they were going to stick with the original call and stick with their guts, but
yeah, it's a tough call. Again, they don't have the benefit of replay. They got together and discussed it. That's what we asked them to do. And unfortunately, in this instance, it goes against Sandlot.
well, as umpires, we see plays and we just instinctively
You have to
call
react.
what we
That's all
see.
you can do.
And we had two of the three umpires went with the original call, and then they got together and they changed it. So unfortunate for Sandlot, really unfortunate.
All right, so T-Wah's going back to the bag, so you're going to have to walk me through this one, how that works too.
Well, because they basically killed the play. Umpires killed the play. They called a double play. So they're not going to let him go
Not adding
free.
the first baseman,
Okay.
number
He was
8.
not. This is one, umpires, we're human. We make mistakes.
100%. 100%.
And
like
this
I
is
said,
one, whether we change call or stuck with a call, we're sitting here hoping for an out on the next play because we don't want it to hurt the team even worse.
Yeah.
If we did get it wrong.
Yeah, and this will be discussed afterwards, I'm sure, in the debrief. And listen, again, nobody on the field has seen what we've seen or could see what we've seen. There is no appeal to the booth here in the ISC. All right, so Shirk gets a couple of warm-up tosses. Sandlot had been into the dugout. Jack Beck was out in the circle to take his warm-up tosses. So.
Well, not that I'm pulling for one team or the other, but I really hope they get the out here and it doesn't hurt. Because any run scored at this point, unfortunately, is on us as the umpires.
Well, they're going to need to get a pair because there's only one out in the inning. That double play would have got them out of the inning.
Correct. And that's going to be tough because the bases are loaded right now.
Well, you need a ground ball to get Matty Waugh at the plate and then take your chances with Cole Evans. Eric Ochoa doesn't hit a lot of ground balls.
No. Yeah, I believe he had a hit at his last at bat as well.
Well, he was robbed actually by Vala out in center
right.
field. A ground ball, actually, look at this. They might actually get a double play here.
Yes.
How about karma for the Sandlot Merchants? Wow.
Well, like I said, I'm not pulling for one team or the other, but as the UIC of the tournament, I'm glad to see that outcome because nothing we did, right or wrong, hurt either team. And you know, that might be what they
Top of the order, right fielder, number 11, Andre Hoover. On deck, Zachary Shirk. In the hole, Ryan Shepard.
Everybody is still buzzing over that double play. Ochoa hit it hard, too, and that was a good play by Zach Shirk to catch that reflexively, to get it to the plate, and then O'Shell makes a great toss down to first to get them out of the inning. Andre Hoover breaks up the perfect game, breaks up the no-hitter, and that's the first hit of the tournament allowed by Jack Besgrove.
You know, that call going
Now
against him
batting,
might be the best thing for him right now. 'Cause like you said, they got him fired up.
On deck,
And
Ryan Shepard.
voila, they got the first hit of the game. And now, look at the hero coming up to bat.
Zach Shirk, who's on the board now, the third pitcher of the game for the Sandlot Merchants, fouls off this first pitch. Besgrove appeared in 2 of the 3 wins for the Gremlins against Sandlot this year. Kuba Osichka started all 3 games. Besgrove came on in relief in the second game in Simcoe. That was a playoff game, as well as in the matchup in Ashland. And fouled this one off again, too. And Randy's gone more with the drop ball this inning, and particularly this at bat, than he has with the rise.
You know, when you got so many tools in your belt, you got to keep them off balance. So I think he switched just so they don't see the same thing and catch up to him, especially after Hoover just got the hit.
And a drop ball again. That one misses down low. Nick Mullins will deliver it halfway out. Remeke comes in and dries his hands on the rosin bag. Always prepared. Get the plate cleaned off. So we'll get everybody reset. Jack Besgrove on the board. Zach Shirk in the box.
I think he's going with the rise.
There it is. The rise ball gets Zach Shirk swinging. That's 17 on the night for Besgrove. Ryan Sheffer on the outside corner, too. Great location from Besgrove. Mullins sets up out there. Able to lay off the rise ball here is Sheffer. Yeah, went around. Absolutely went after it. Just 66 pitches for Besgrove here in the 7th. Swing and a miss. That's how efficient Besgrove has been. I just glanced down at that number now on our scorebook. He's under 10 pitches an inning.
He keeps everything right around the zone. You don't see obvious balls from him.
Yeah.
The ones that are balls, they're borderline.
Swing and a miss. Ryan Sheffer is down on strikes. 18 for Besgrove. Well, it will come down to Kyle O'Shell for this one. See that rise ball, 82 at the top of the zone. Big cut, but again, late by O'Shell. He hit a ground ball to Remeke in the second, and then was down on strikes in the fifth. Andre Hoover over at first. Led off the inning with a base hit right back up the middle. And Sandlot here down to their final strike.
He's gone straight on the other pitches.
Yeah, I think he goes straight after him again here. Well, there's the rise ball, and off the glove of Mullins. Hoover will move up to second. Ultimately, his run doesn't mean anything. That Nick Mullins solo shot just gives a little bit of a margin of error for Jack Bestgrove and the Bear Creek Gremlins. Just misses outside. Bestgrove trying to pitch the Bear Creek Gremlins into the Thursday night winners bracket semifinal. They will face the winner of our upcoming game, the Express and the Batman. Called strike three. Jack Bestgrove, 19 strikeouts on the night. A one-hitter, a pair of ground balls, and a dominating performance, but a scrappy effort by the Sandlot. And, boy, tip my cap to this team from Stevens, Pennsylvania, and the pitching trio of Eric Chaparro, Julian Fernandez, and Zach Shirk. What a ball game here tonight. Just as exciting as the one last night. And we've got one more to go still here. Coming up, the Bear Creek Express and the Toronto Batmen. Want to thank my broadcast partner tonight, Randy McLamb, who has been doing double duty here the last couple of days here in the booth and UICing the tournament as well. Randy, thanks again for joining us. Hopefully we'll get the opportunity to do this one more time, or at least over the next few days. Come back and join us in about 20 minutes or so for the Express and the Batmen in our nightcap here on Day 5.